So I get just earned $1,000, and here is my reward.
Who's the boss?
I'll never forget my first customers. It's a wonderful feeling to make money on the internet with my own little creation. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I use Hacker News to drive well over 25,000 visitors for my software, AI tools, and habit trackers. You'll see there are some patterns you can replicate to get visibility and customers for your own project. But there's some very strong code on Hacker News, and if you don't want your post to go unseen or worst, getting banned, you want to avoid the 3 mistakes I will share at the end of the video. Let's go! At the very beginning of the journey, when I just got started and had zero experience, I launched Mood to Movie on Hacker News, and within a few hours the post went viral. It got 5,000 visitors at the beginning, and I didn't know, but it was the spark of something way bigger. There are tons of other platforms that feed off Hacker News content, and when they see top performing posts, they will usually reshare the content later. And so occasionally I would see my app Mood to Movie being reshared on other platforms, in TikTok, newsletters, and other tech aggregators, and sometimes even in languages I don't understand. A few months later, I replicated the exact same formula for my habit tracker called Habit Garden, and the post went viral again, hitting the front page of Hacker News. And this time the app was monetized, so I made a couple $100 and also reached 100 MRR within just a few days. And I keep replicating the same formula over and over for the past 2.5 years, and even though not every post will go viral, it usually brings good traffic and customers for my own project, and I'm gonna share exactly what I learned. If you don't know what Hacker News is, it's a tech news aggregator read by developers, software engineers. It's run by the community, so anyone can post anything and other people upvote and choose which post goes up or down, and you will see why this is important for us later. It was created by Y Combinator, the famous startup incubator, so there is a special category for people like you and I to share our own little startups, even though we don't aim to build unicorns. Let me show you the results I got with that. The first thing you want to do is to post in the right place in Hacker News. There are a bunch of categories, only one matters to us. It's the Show Hacker News category. This is a place for people like you and I where we can share our own little project. When you submit your post, write Show HN column before your title. That way your post will automatically be posted in the right category of Hacker News. First, your post will be shown in the /show new subcategory. It's a mandatory place every new post has to go through, and if it gets a couple of upvotes, then it will go to the /show category. I suspect there is a moderator that checks the quality of those posts, so follow along with the things not to do later, because this is very important if you want to be promoted. If your post is promoted to the /show category, you will get a bunch of traffic, couple thousands of traffic, as well as a lot of comments and feedback from the community. And sometimes, if you're very lucky, your post will appear in the / category, the main homepage of Hacker News. I've never been there, but I've seen some other indie makers reaching that stage, and you get crazy traffic. Alright, so the second part to increase your chances to go viral is to be very personal. You are not a faceless corporation trying to make more money. You are a cool developer building cool apps in your bedroom or after your 9 to 5, and you want to showcase that. Start your post with something very personal, saying things like I made, I built, or after 6 months coding, blah blah blah. Those usually go pretty well. Just tell your own story with simple words. Alright, the third part is you want to use the Hacker News language. It's a community that's read by developers and tech enthusiasts, so you want to talk to them. And for that, you want to use tech words like GPT-4, SEO, or whatever LLM is being released at the time of the video. If you're using generic words like a course, coaching, or e-commerce, it's likely to be ignored, unless you turn it into a techie world. For instance, my habit tracker called Habit Garden is just a simple habit tracker, but the fact that there are some games features like leaderboards and competing with friends, I use the word gamified. I gamified a habit tracker to fight procrastination. And thanks to that, the post went viral and get well over 10,000 visitors. So you want to make sure to include some kind of techie words in your post. The fourth and probably the most important tip is to tell the outcome. Your post will be competing against dozens of other Hacker News posts, and you have 60 characters to convince someone to click on your post. And for that, you want to tell exactly what people will get by clicking on it. All the product we build serves a purpose, and you want to showcase that part in your title. Why is it worth my time? What makes it special? How is it gonna help me? If it helps, I have a simple formula I use pretty much all the time. I start with I made to be personal, then I include the product with, if possible, a tech word like a Next.js boilerplate, and then I tell the outcome, like to ship startups faster or to automate all the boring stuff. And finally, you want to contribute. After you make your own post, go in the comment section and write the first comment and explain your story. Like, hey, I'm Mark and I realized I was spending lots of money money for Stripe invoices, so I built an alternative. Show people that you're an actual human behind the post, tell them your story, tell them what made you create this product. And if your posts get up and start to get some traffic, you'll get some genuine comments from Hacker News readers. They're usually pretty rough, but they're also pretty accurate and they give good feedbacks. Make sure to reply to comments and ask questions, because that could be really helpful for you to know which features next to build for your product. All right, now 3 mistakes you really want to avoid if you don't want your post to go unseen or even worse, getting banned. The first one is to avoid emojis. Don't ask me why. Hacker News doesn't like emojis, so don't use them. The second mistake, and probably the most common one, I actually made it and my post got banned, is to ask for upvotes. Unlike other platforms like Product Hunt, where you can ask friends and family to support you, on Hacker News it's against their policies. As I said before, I believe there is a person that decides which post can be promoted from the show new category to the show category. And I'm pretty sure that moderator has access to some more data that we have. So for instance, if you send your Hacker News post to friends and family, the moderator will see that the traffic is coming directly from that link, or that the upvotes were made by new Hacker News accounts, which looks pretty suspicious. Instead of asking for support, spend more time crafting your headline, because this is how your post can go viral. And finally, do not overthink it. There is very little you can do to influence the reach of your post, so make sure you craft a good headline, post it, and move on. Your first post might not be the one that goes viral, but if you keep repeating the same strategy over and over, you increase your odds of winning. There are many ways to get traffic for your startup, even if you don't have an audience. I'm working on making those videos to help you get customers, and if you don't want to miss them out, you can subscribe to the channel. And there is a link to my blog in the description of this video where I share almost everything I know about marketing. You can check that out. Until the next video, I hope you just ship it.